internet has been a little spotty, so if I go out, bear with me. I'll pop my Wi-Fi off on my phone, and we'll keep going from there. So we're going to start, actually, as we start breathing, I'll just do that because I'll cut out for a second. We're going to start in our mountain pose with those feet right underneath the hips, so not quite touching each other, not quite shoulder width apart, but just kind of a comfortable, easy distance from each other in our mountain pose. I want you to think about your posture for a couple of moments, pulling your shoulder blades back, but not up towards your ears, so just keeping them relaxed and down. The hands can kind of fall wherever they're comfortable. If you want the palms to be on the thighs, if you want the palms to be facing the thighs, if you want them to face forward. And we'll just take a couple of moments as we get started to bring our focus and our attention to our breath, to take a scan of the body and kind of notice how you're feeling today, notice where you're at today. And then as you notice and as you start to bring your attention to your breath, I want you to start to deepen through those inhales and exhales. I want you to feel how it feels to really allow your lungs to expand and open up through the chest and through the ribs. And as you exhale, find that little bit of extra release and relaxation. Let the shoulders release a little bit more. You find tension maybe down through the legs or up in the jaw or the muscles in the face. Allowing that to relax. We're going to take about 5 nice deep breaths here as we bring our focus in, as we start to deepen through our breaths, and as we find our mountain pose. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so now I want us to start by taking a couple of deep breaths by connecting it with our range of motion. So as we inhale, we're going to bring the arms out and up, and as we exhale, we're going to bring them down and around. So you can take a little bend through those knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch towards the ceiling, and then our exhale brings them down and around. Same thing a couple more times. That inhale brings us up, taking this kind of at your own pace. You can move a little faster or slower than me. And the exhale brings us down. When you get to the top, finding a nice big stretch. So maybe you bring the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Maybe you bring the hands slightly back behind the head. Finding that nice big exhale and release. Give me 2 more just like that. Last one like that, with that inhale bringing us up and that exhale bringing us down. And then we're going to find one more deep breath that brings us up overhead. We're going to hold the arms up there for just a moment. So taking them up, taking those fingertips up nice and tall, finding that nice big stretch up overhead. Now from here, I want you to interlace those fingers. As you exhale, bring them down in front of the body, press the palms forward, round out the spine toward that opposite wall. Find a nice big stretch here. Next, big inhale brings those arms back up overhead. We're going to find our lateral stretches next. Right hand comes down towards that leg. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch in one direction. Our inhale brings us through center. Same thing other side. Left hand comes down. Right arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch here. We'll find that one more time in each direction. Inhale brings us through center. Right hand comes down. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch there. Last time through center and over to that second side. Exhale, bring that left arm down, that right arm up over top. One more time, we'll bring it back to center. Arms come up nice and long, and then our exhale brings those arms down and around. Behind the back, you can either press the palms towards each other, or you can interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale to pull the shoulder blades together, open up through the chest. And a nice big exhale to release. We're going to find a little spinal twist up next. So as we do our standing spinal twist, I just want you to think about those feet. As you turn in one direction, I just want you to release that opposite heel so we're not twisting the knee at a weird angle. Then we're just going to reach up with that same side arm there. So reaching across and up. My left heel is up, my left arm is up, and then coming through center, same thing, other side. And then just nice and easy like we would while we were seated, I want you to just find a couple of them at your own pace. That inhale through center, that exhale in either direction. Finding that nice big long stretch. Nice big long spinal twist. Couple more here. Give me 3 more nice deep breaths. After that third, just kind of bring it back to center, finding that mountain pose once again. And then shake it out a little bit, maybe give it a couple shoulder rolls, Maybe you find a nice little head roll, get the neck ready to go. As you find that little bit of a range of motion, we're going to move to the back of our mat so that we have space in front of us to move. All right, so from here, we're kind of just gonna keep flowing through some things. We'll mix some Pilates in with our yoga. We'll mix some yoga in with our Pilates. So kind of keeping it moving, modifying as you need to. You can always bring it down to the knees, especially for chaturanga and push-ups. From right here, we're at the back of that mat. I want you to find another big inhale, bring those arms out. As we exhale, I want you to fold it forward, bringing the fingertips down towards the mat. We're going to take a moment here to just find that nice lower body stretch. Since you haven't done that yet, maybe start with a nice generous bend in those knees and find that first big stretch through the spine. Maybe you're feeling pretty flexible today, so you lengthen those legs a little bit more. Maybe you move it just a little bit side to side to open up through the side. Whatever feels good in this position to find that nice stretch as we get started here. Spend a little bit of time in our forward fold today, so just want to make sure that we're ready and stretched out for it. Our next big inhale is going to bring us to a halfway lift, finding our flat back and our long spine. So finding that flat back, lifting the neck just slightly so it's at neutral. Our exhale folds us forward. Now from here, we're going to inchworm out to our high push-up plank. So taking those hands, maybe you bend the knees to bring them down to the mat, and then I want you to just walk it out to that high push-up plank. From here, as our little core warm-up, we're going to do just 4 nice, slow, and easy mountain climbers. So I want you to bring that right knee in between those elbows, and then step it back out long. 3 more, left knee comes in between those elbows, and we step it back out long. 2 more, right knee first, bringing it in, and then left knee to finish out, staying in that high push-up plank when you're done. So bringing that foot down, bringing it to even. Those shoulders are right over those wrists. Now, from the toes or the knees, depending on where you're at today, we're going to move through chaturanga down to the mat. So all the way down, we're going to release the chest down when you get there, and so that we can lift those hands off the mat. When we get there, our hands are right outside the chest still. We'll lift them about an inch up. We're going to move into our swan. So that swan is our little active lift, lifting the head and shoulders up off of that mat. When you get to the top of that range of motion, you plant those hands, press it up into that cobra. Now you can stay in a nice low cobra. You can extend those arms all the way up into our full cobra. Whatever feels good, just finding that nice little stretch. And then that next exhale is going to release us down. We're going to find that just 3 more times here. So not using any pressure through the hands. We're lifting the head and shoulders up off of that mat. Little active lift. When you get to the top of the range of motion, press those palms into the floor. Find that cobra stretch, low or high. And then our next exhale brings us back down. We've got 2 more, lifting those palms up, no pressure through them. We're lifting the head and shoulders, lifting the chest, pressing the palms in, pressing it up into our cobra. And then our next exhale releases us down. Last time, just like that. Lift those hands up off of the floor, lift the chest off of the floor. Nice active lift, working through the back. Plant those hands, press up into our cobra. One last time here, we're going to find just a little baby hold. So keeping it there for just an extra second. Maybe let the head tilt back a little bit, opening up a little bit more. From here, we're going to transition to our down dog. So you can leave the knees down or you can lift them up as we curl those toes under. We press the hips up and back. Once again, since this is our first down dog today, I want to take a couple moments here to just pedal out those heels. Take a second to make sure that we're nice and stretched out. Maybe you start with a nice generous bend in those knees once again. Taking this time to bring the ears between the biceps. Taking this time to maybe move the hips a little bit side to side. Nice big stretch all the way down the back of those legs. Nice and gently, we're going to actually set those knees down and bring it to hands and knees. So I want you to bend at those knees, bring them down to the mat, and just kind of make that little adjustment if you need to bring those wrists back underneath the shoulders. We're going to find 4 bird dogs on each side for a little spinal warm-up here. So our right hand and our left knee lift. We've got 4 where we're going to extend with our inhale nice and long. And as we exhale, the elbow and the knee are going to come together. 3 more just like that. We inhale to extend. We exhale to pull it in. 2 more. Inhale extends. Exhale, pulls it in, and then we've got one more just like that, and then we'll set down and switch. Inhale, extends. Exhale, pulls it into center. When you finish that fourth one, set the right hand and the left knee down. We're switching to that left hand and right knee. Our inhale extends. We've got 4 on this side. Our exhale pulls the elbow and the knee together. 3 more. Inhale, extends. Exhale, pulls it in. So a little balance in core here. 2 more. Inhale, extends. Exhale, pulls it into center. And last time, inhale, extends. Exhale, pulls it into center. Now from here, we're going to set that left hand and that right knee down. We're going to transition back to our downward facing dog. Curl those toes under, press those hips up and back, lift the knees. And then we're going to walk the feet in to meet the hands. So maybe you take baby steps to start. Maybe you take a couple nice big steps. We're finding that forward fold at the top of our mat this time. We're going to find our inhale for our halfway lift one more time. So finding that flat back and that long spine with your next inhale. And then we're going to exhale to fold it forward. Next inhale rolls us all the way up to our extended mountain. So all the way up nice and tall. Lift those arms up overhead. Now from here, we're going to step back to our warrior one. So I want you to take that right foot. We're going to take a medium step back and we're going to plant that heel down. The hips are going to stay facing forward and the arms are going to stay up. We're going to bend through that front knee. So this is, in my opinion, a little bit more challenging than a warrior two. So you have to think about those hips facing forward, but we're in a little bit shallower of a range of motion. Now from here, we're going to bring it to our triangle. Open those arms nice and wide, lengthen that front leg. We're hinging forward at the hips to bring those fingertips out long, and then those left fingertips come down to the floor, the right fingertips come out nice and long. Big stretch through that left leg. If you're ready and you're feeling balanced today, you can revolve that warrior or that triangle. So you can bring that right hand down to the mat and open up through the left. If you're not quite on your balance yet, keep it right at that same triangle right here. Maybe that hand finds that leg. Maybe we use that core to stay nice and long and strong. We usually find that leg if you revolve. Then go ahead and bring that left hand back down towards the mat. Open up that right arm. Inhale to lengthen back up towards the ceiling. All right, from here, go ahead and bend that front knee once again. We're going to bring it into our warrior one. So bring that right arm back up forward. We're still just lengthening those arms up towards the ceiling. That bend is in that left knee. That right heel is down. We're trying to pull those hips towards the front of the room. From here, we're going to try and just do a really brief warrior three. So I want you to shift your weight forward onto that left foot. Lift that right foot up just for a second. Inhale. And then our exhale is going to bring us right back down into that warrior one. We'll do that a little bit longer next time when we hit this side. Right foot's going to step forward to meet the left, and then we're going to sink into our chair. Bend those knees, sit the hips back, lift those arms. Our exhale folds us forward. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So our inhale rolls us, or inhale to our halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward. Inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. When you get to the top, to that long spine, those arms come up overhead. We're stepping it into our warrior one. So that left foot, medium step back, heel comes down, bend through that right knee, trying to keep those hips facing forwards. From here, bringing it into our triangle. Lengthen that front leg, open those arms, hinge forward at the hips, right fingertips come down towards the mat, left fingertips go up. Same thing here. You can use your core to stay up strong, maybe taking your hand away from your leg. Maybe you use the leg for a little support. If you're feeling balanced, that left hand comes down towards the mat. We revolve it by opening that right hand up towards that opposite wall. If you're not feeling stable, keep it at that regular triangle. Taking about 2 more nice deep breaths here. If you revolved it, bring it back down to that regular triangle. And when you get there, our next inhale is going to bring us back up to tall into that triangle. And we're going to transition back to that warrior one. So bend that right knee, bring that left arm forward, trying to bring those hips back towards that front wall. Really brief warrior three, balance pose. Bring all of our weight onto our right foot. We'll lift that left foot up for that little inhale. And then our exhale brings us back down to that warrior one. Chair pose comes next. Step that left foot forward. And then our exhale takes those hips back and lifts those arms towards the ceiling. Next exhale folds us forward. And then we're going to bring it back down towards the floor. So Bend those knees, plant those hands, step those feet back, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna bring a little bit more core back work in, so we're gonna lower it down to our mat. Our exhale, float those shoulders out over those wrists, from the toes or from the knees. We lower it down to the mat through our chaturanga, actually releasing all the way down, so we're not quite doing our cobra or our up dog. We're down on the floor once again. Extend those arms out overhead. Extend those feet back towards that opposite wall. We've got 4 X lifts and then a 4 count of swimming. So our X lift is our right hand and our left leg, lifting at the same time up off of that mat. We exhale to lower and we switch sides. Left arm and right leg. 3 more here. Lifting up, exhale to lower. Other side, 2 more. Inhale lifts us up. Exhale lowers us down. And then our inhale last time lifts us up and lowers us down. Like I said, we've got a 4 count of swimming. So you can move those feet down or you can lift them up. Either way, we're lifting the upper body and the hands off of the floor. We're going to move opposite arm, opposite leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our exhale lowers us back down to the mat. We keep it moving here. We're going to move to our side lying leg lifts. So I'm going to roll onto one side so that I'm facing you guys. We're going to stack our hips right on top of each other. I like to use my hand as a little support for my head. If you'd rather bring it down onto the bicep, that is totally fine. We're just going to do one version of this today. We're just going to do a lift. So keeping those hips stacked right on top of each other, we're going to lift that top leg off of the bottom, up through our range of motion, and then back down. Just give me a couple of these here, moving at your own pace. A little lift and lower, getting those hips working and moving here. Super important for that knee stability, that those glute knees are nice and strong. Nice, give me 3 more lifts here. And if you're moving at my pace, last one. Before we switch sides, we're going to bring it onto our back and do some core front work with our Pilates. So I'm just going to roll it from here right onto my back, and then when I get there, I'm going to bend my knees and plant my feet. Now we're going to move right into our roll-ups. So from here, to increase your challenge, you can lengthen those legs. To decrease your challenge, you can keep those knees bent and those feet planted. Our inhale brings those arms up overhead. Our exhale rolls us up using as little momentum as you can with those arms, but if you need it, it's always there. When you get to the top, our inhale finds that nice long spine, and our exhale super slow and controlled rolls us back down to the floor, fighting gravity with everything that we've got. When you get down to the floor, same thing. Our inhale brings those arms up overhead, and our exhale rolls us up, keeping it moving in this a couple of times, kind of at your own pace. Once again, if you move a little faster or slower than me, totally fine here. Wherever you are in this one, 3 roll-ups. We're going to move to another core front exercise. Keeping it going here, keeping your breath moving. I've got 2 more. When you finish, we're bringing it right back down onto our back. Maybe you pull the knees in towards the chest. I've got 1 more here. And when you're done, bring it down. Taking a second to rest on your back. Like I said, maybe pull the knees in towards the chest. Maybe let the knees fall a little bit side to side. We're going to move right into our next core move, where we are going to pull that right knee in towards the chest. That left leg is going to go out nice and long. Now, to increase difficulty, we're lowering that left leg. To decrease difficulty, we're lifting that left leg. From here, our feet meet out long in the center. So right foot goes out to meet the left, nice and long for just a moment, and then we pull that left leg in, alternating sides here. So they should meet long, we're not bicycling them, and then bring it in the other side. Keep it going, keep breathing. Like I said, it needs to be a little easier. Lift those legs a little bit higher. You need it to be a little harder. Pause a little longer at the tail end, and also lower those legs a little bit more towards the floor. Head and shoulders can be up for more challenge, or if that doesn't feel good for you, you can lower them down towards the floor to make this exercise a little bit easier. Give me about another 10 seconds here. Keep breathing. Nice for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull both knees into the chest. Take just a really brief break. We're going to move to our next exercise in just a moment here. It's going to be our double leg stretch. So we're going to keep those knees pulled in towards the chest. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up off of the floor. We're just taking our last exercise up a notch, so you increase and decrease difficulty in the exact same way. With your inhale, we're going to extend long in both directions. With your exhale, we're going to circle those arms back around as we pull the knees in to catch them at the chest. So extending long in both directions, pulling those knees in towards the chest, keeping that lower back nice and stable on the floor here. Keep breathing. Nice, about another 10 seconds in this one. Stick with me. For 4, 3, 2, give me at least one more, and 1. Go ahead and pull those knees back into the chest. Let the head and shoulders release. We're going to hit that second side on our side lying leg lift. So you're going to extend those legs out long and rolling onto that second side, which for me would take you facing away. So I'm just going to flip around, but you can face away from the camera, obviously. Other leg is on top. Once again, the head can be in the hand, the head can be down on the bicep. We're just going to find that same lift and lower. So keeping those hips stacked, we lift that top leg through our range of motion, and then we bring it back down, keeping it going just like that for a couple of reps. Nice, maybe 3 more just like that. When you finish those 3, we're going to roll it back onto our stomach. So finishing out that last one, bringing it back over to our stomach. And we're going to move back into that little yoga flow that we did before once again. So when you get there, pulling those hands right underneath the shoulders, you can lean those knees down. We're going to press it up and up to our downward facing dog. From that downward facing dog, we're going to step or jump those feet forward to meet the hands. Our inhale brings us to a halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Our exhale folds us forward. Our inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. So bring that spine nice and long. Bring those arms up overhead. We are going to bring it into that warrior one. So step that right foot back, plant that heel, bend that left knee. Lift through the chest. Our next exhale brings us into our triangle. Extend that left leg, open those arms, inch forward at the hips. Left hand comes down towards the mat, right arm comes up. Once again, if you feel stable, you can revolve this. Right hand comes down, left arm opens up. If you found that revolve, I want you to bring it back to that original triangle. So left fingertips are towards the ground, right fingertips are up towards the ceiling. Our next inhale lifts us up nice and tall. We bend through that front knee. We bring that right arm back forward. We bring those hips to try and face towards that front end of the mat once again. And from here, we have our warrior 3. We're going to hold a little bit longer. So I want you to rock just slightly backwards and then bring your weight onto that left leg, trying to bring that right leg up as high as you can. So here is where you've got, or maybe you need those toes down, that's totally fine. If you've got a little bit more lift on that leg, we're trying to bring the upper body and the leg to as close to parallel to each other as we can. Give me 2 more breaths in this little balance pose. On that second exhale, nice and easy, set that right foot back down, lift those arms, bend that left knee back. In that warrior 1, we're going to step it forward and hit our chair pose next. So right foot comes forward to meet the left. Our exhale sinks us through those hips, leaves that spine nice and long into that chair pose. Next exhale folds us forward. We're bringing it back to the top. We got to hit that other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward. Inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. From here, we've got our warrior 1 with that left foot. Stepping it back, nice medium step. Plant that heel, bend that right knee. Lift the chest, trying to bring those hips towards the front of the room. From here, triangle, open those arms, lengthen that right leg, hinge forward at the hips, right fingertips come down towards the mat, left fingertips go up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling comfortable, you can revolve this, left fingertips come down, right come up. If you're not feeling comfortable, keep it right where it was. Nice, okay, bringing it back to the other side if you found that revolve. So right fingertips are down, left fingertips are up. Next inhale stands us up, nice and tall. Bend through that right knee, bring that left arm forward, we're back into that warrior one. Here comes our warrior three for that little bit longer of a hold. Rock just slightly backwards, and then bring your weight forward onto that right foot. Once again, maybe those toes stay down in the back. Maybe you find that little lift, or maybe you can bring those legs parallel, or the leg parallel to that upper body. Little hold here. Give me 2 more breaths. On that second exhale, nice and easy, step that left foot down, lift those arms up. Nice. And then we're going to step that left forward to meet the right. Into that chair pose, our exhale stays those hips back, keeps that spine nice and long. Our next exhale pulls us forward, lifts those hips. Awesome. We're going to step or jump it back into our downward facing dog. From here, our next exhale pulls those shoulders out over those wrists. From here, we move through chaturanga to lower all the way down to the mat. So keep those elbows nice and close from the toes or the knees. We bring it all the way down. We extend those arms out long. We've got that 4 and 4, X lifts and swimming. 4 X lifts. We lift that right arm and that left leg. That left arm and that right leg. 1 more on each side. Right arm, left leg. And then left arm, right leg. We've got our 4 counts of swimming. Upper body lifts, lower body optional. Opposite arm, opposite leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. We lower that down. We roll onto our single side for our side lying leg lifts. First side, hips stack on top of each other. We're going to do 5 side lying leg lifts. Hips stay stacked, left foot lifts up through your range of motion, and then back down. We've got 5 of those here, so 4 more. I've got 2 more. And last one. When you finish that last one, we're rolling onto our back. We've got our roll-ups next. So bringing it over, a little core. Once again, for a little more challenge, you can keep the legs long. For a little less, you can have the knees plant the feet. We're going to do 4 roll-ups. So our inhale brings those arms up overhead, using as little momentum as you can. Swinging those arms down, rolling it up with that big exhale. Inhale, find that long spine, and resisting gravity as much as you can. We exhale to roll back down. We've got 3 more to finish out that 4. Inhale brings the arms up overhead. Exhale rolls us up. Inhale, long spine at the top. Exhale rolls us down. Nice. 2 more. Inhale overhead. Exhale up. Inhale long spine. Exhale roll down. Nice. And then finishing out that 4th to do your own pace. If you're already done with the 4th, maybe you add on a 5th. When you finish that last one, pull those knees in towards the chest, down on your back. We've got that single leg stretch up next. So bringing both in just to get us started and set when you finish out that 4th one. And then when you're ready, we can get moving. So that right knee stays pulled in, that left leg goes out long, that right goes out long to meet the left for just a moment, and then we pull that left leg in. So just a couple of switches here, side to side, back and forth. Trying to challenge yourself by bringing those feet as low as you can while that lower back is still stable on the ground. So whatever that means for you today. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull both knees in towards the chest. Finish out this core segment. We've got that double leg stretch. So once again, for more challenge, you can lift the head and shoulders. Our inhale finds a whole ton of length in both directions. Our exhale circles those arms around to bring those knees back in towards the chest. Couple of seconds here, keeping it moving. Once again, challenging yourself to take those legs as low as you can while you keep that lower back stable. If you need a little relief on this one, you take them up a little higher as you extend along in both directions. Keep breathing. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and pull those knees back into the chest for just a really brief moment. And we've got that other side lying leg lift. So rolling onto that second side, stacking those hips on top of each other. Once again, we're going to just do 5 of those lifts. I'm going to stay here just to save time. Top leg lifts and lowers through its range of motion 5 times, taking it at your own pace. I've got 2 more here. When you finish those 5, I want you to just roll it back on over to your stomach. That was our last time through those, so we're going to hit our little yoga flow with our warrior one more time. We'll finish out with a little challenge, and then we will pull it down. So from here, we're going to press it up and back into our downward facing dog. You can leave the knees down and press it up, or you can press it straight up and back, taking just a second. Pedal out those heels when you get there. Find that nice big stretch. And then with your next exhale, step or jump those feet forward to meet the hands. When you get there, our inhale finds that halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Our exhale folds us forward. Inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. When you get to the top, our right leg steps back, medium step, warrior one, bend that left knee, hips stay facing forward. After you get there, triangle comes next. Open the arms, lengthen the leg, hinge forward at the hips. Left fingertips go down, right fingertips come up. If you'd like to revolve, take that moment to bring the right fingertips down, open up through the left. That next exhale brings us back to centered. So we're back into that regular triangle, left fingertips down, right fingertips up, and then we inhale to lift up nice and tall. We exhale to bend that left knee, bring that right arm forward, keep that right heel down. From here, we've got our warrior 3. So we're gonna roll just slightly back and then bring it forward onto that left foot. Once again, maybe those toes stay down. Maybe this time you test it out and bring it a little bit higher. Maybe you can bring it all the way here. If you'd like to bring your half moon in, if that's in your regular practice, welcome to open up through that hip. It's really not in my regular practice. Welcome to open up through that hip and open those arms. If you did find that, bring it back to that warrior 3. Take one more nice big inhale, everyone. And as you exhale, bring that right foot back down. We'll lift those arms up nice and long. Step that right foot forward to meet the left. Exhale into our chair. Long spine here. And then fold it forward, lift those hips. Same thing last time through this range of motion. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folds us forward. Inhale, rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. And we step it into our warrior 1. Left foot comes back, medium step, heel comes down, hips stay forward, bend through that right knee. Triangle comes next, open up through those arms, lengthen that right leg, hinge forward the hips, right fingertips come down, left fingertips go up. If you feel comfortable revolving it, take that revolve here. Left fingertips come down, right fingertips open up. If you found that revolve, then next exhale brings us back to that regular triangle. And then our next inhale brings us back up nice and tall. Bring it back to that warrior 1. Bend that right knee, bring that left arm forward, keep those left heels planted. Warrior 3. We're bringing it forward onto that right foot. Same couple of options. Toes can stay down. We can lift it up. If half moon's in your practice, you can open up through that hip and open those arms. I'm going to keep it right here today. If you're in that half moon, bring it back to that warrior 2 or 3, excuse me. Everyone take that nice big inhale. And our exhale steps that left foot down, lifts those arms up. Taking it out of that balanced pose. Last time we're stepping out left foot forward to meet the right. We've got our chair, sinking those hips down, lifting those arms, nice flat back, long spine. A little extra hold. Next big exhale, folds us forward, lifts those hips. Awesome work, you guys. Finishing out with our last little challenge, we're gonna just do 2 sets of Pilates push-ups. So from here, bend those knees, step those feet back into that high plank. Our Pilates push-ups are done in sets of 3. So we've got 3 push-ups here from the toes or from the knees. Taking it in with an inhale on the way down and an exhale on the way up. 2 more, inhale down, exhale up, and then last one, inhale down, exhale up. If you have those knees down, lift them, bring it back into that plank. Walk those hands into those feet, so we're at that forward fold on the back of the mat. We're gonna do that twice more here. Walk those hands out and squirm it down, out to our push-up plank. From the toes or from the knees, 3 push-ups. Inhale down, exhale up. 2 more. Inhale down, exhale up. And last one, inhale down, exhale up. If those knees are down, lift them up into that plank position. Walk those hands back towards those toes. Final set of these Pilates push-ups, final exercise today. Inchworm it back out into that push-up plank position. When you get there, toes or knees, 3 push-ups. Inhale down, exhale up. 2 more. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one of the day. Inhale down. Exhale presses us up. And from here, we are going to transition right to a comfortable seated position. So if you have those knees down, you can drop them a little bit more. You can bring it over, set those hips to one side, bring it to our comfortable seat. Awesome. We're just gonna finish out with 2 nice deep breaths. We will lead with those arms. So when you get to that comfortable seated position, we've got that inhale to sweep those arms out and up. And then we exhale to circle them down and around. One more just like that. This time the palms meet overhead. Our inhale brings us out and up. Palms meet overhead. We exhale to pull them down to a heart center. Thank you, as always, for sharing your Wednesday morning, early afternoon with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Bowing as we say, namaste. All right. Nice job, you guys. Thank you for being here. Have an